Good evening there. You're watching QTV Youth Dialogue and I am Jennifer Sonko. I feel excited at the same time, kind of nervous that I'm actually back because it's been like a whole month off here, but it feels really, really exciting, you know, coming back here, you know, getting to have all the text messages, all the calls asking me if I'm okay, and I'm back on your safe space for young people, and I'm so excited today about our topic and just everything because it's the 10th anniversary of the day of the girl child, and as you all know, this is a day set aside by the United Nations to actually try to pinpoint some of those challenges, some of those very unique challenges that the girl child gets to go through and how we can reflect to change. But we've seen significant progress in a way when it comes to on the side of the government of the Gambia, because in 2019 they decided to come up with the Ministry of Gender and Social Welfare. But is that enough, you know, with not much social protection systems in place? I can remember having an interview a long time ago with the ministry. They're telling me it's under construction. It's nowhere to be found. If they're watching, they can call in the middle of the program or at some point when we open the lines and they can tell me what has been happening. I'm looking forward to that. But generally, I am super excited to be here and standing in the middle of two girls. And I said, I'm a girl today.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I hear that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. How are you guys?
Good,
so
thank
I'm
you.
here with Adam Asuso as well as John Saba. Thank you so much, ladies, for joining me.
Thanks for having us. It's an honor to be here.
All right, Adam, how excited are you? Are you as excited as I am?
I'm super excited to be here with you. Like, it's an honor.
All right, and you guys did so well. I had a side interview with you for the news, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, who's this John Saba? Who's this Adam Asuso?" I'm like, "Watch out, they're coming up, guys. They are coming up, so better watch out." So to start with, guys, let's talk about really how much the International Day of the Girl means to us as Africans. You know, because whatever the case might be, there are certain challenges that are just unique to us as Africans that we get to go through, happening in other countries, but you know, with proper mechanisms put in place in those countries, it's quite different from, you know, our narrative in Gambia and just Africa as a continent in general. So, John Saba, talk to me.
I mean, what can I say? It's very surreal sometimes when you see challenges that African children, girl childs face that in other countries it's like I wrote a blog not long ago regarding FGM, and I saw that in Kenya, in more remote areas, FGM is still practiced. It's still forced on these girls in order to be considered women, in order to marry, or else if they don't go through FGM, they cannot get a husband. Says who? You know, honestly, it's, I mean, yes, in Gambia it's still performed, but to see that in places like Somalia, for example, I watched this girl on YouTube saying that she went through FGM, then she was forced into marriage where she was being raped. It was really heartbreaking.
Yeah, it must have been.
Yeah.
So as an individual, deep down as a person, what does it mean to you on that day, you know, at a personal level, you know, what do you think?
I mean, it means a lot. It means a lot that our thoughts, our opinions, our voices are taken into consideration. It means a lot that, you know, a few years back, I never knew something like International Day of the Girl Child existed or is celebrated. So it means a lot that people actually take a day for us, celebrate us, we engage, we meet new people, we share our challenges and solutions. Honestly, it's very, very important.
Okay. Some say every day is International Day of the Girl, especially a special thumbs up to all women-led organizations in the Gambia who on a daily basis, you know, use their resources, use their energy, just use everything that they have and investing it into ensuring that the girl lives in an extremely safe space. You know, these are difficult times, and you know, we talk about successes there, but there's a lot of room, even judging by the indicator cluster survey that was conducted. We pointed at that particular story on QTV and saw that the figures from 2018 are not actually looking really, really good. But anyway, we keep pushing. Same question, Adama.
So what does International Day of the Girl Child mean to me?
Yes.
Like, it is a very important day to me because, just like John Saba said, it is a day where our thoughts, our opinions, everything we are about, like everything that matters to us matter to the world. Like the world is there to listen to us, listen to our troubles, our challenges, and if possible, come up with solutions. So just last week, we had a conversation with the UN, and some people, some women came from other countries, and we were talking about FGMC and how it has affected Africa in general, and us women and girls, and how people don't really look at it in the bigger picture and just pinpoint it to how women could just get married or women could just go through adulthood or something like that. I mean, there's a constitution that protects the rights of women and girls in the Gambia, according to the Act 2015, but I feel like even though we have an act and a whole constitution that is protecting us, we still haven't gone like far, like that far. Because you look at the statistics of FGMC, you look at the statistics of women that are raped, you look at the statistics of GBV that are going on in this country, you'd be surprised at how much, like, we've said we've gone far, but like there's still a lot to be done.
Yeah, you're talking to me right now, and I'm actually just thinking about, I'm thinking far. I'm thinking about what is written on the UN website in relation to the fact that young girls every single day are using their energy at your level to actually fight some of these things. Yeah. So in your own spaces, in your own individual spaces, as young girls who are leaders in your groups, you know, in your communities, what initiatives are you taking? You know, because the UN is really showing, and without even those statistics, you can see it on a daily basis. You know, we saw how at your school, Charles Joe, you know, you were the head girl, and you know, making it a deliberate decision to just continue talking to girls about things that affect them, menstruation and all. You did the same thing in CBEC as well. So, you know, take us through further about initiatives, you know, that you've come up with to ensure that these narratives change.
Okay, so I think I'll start with that one. So I'm really passionate about women and girls and everything they're about, especially women that have gone through a lot and do not have people to talk to. I spoke to Auntie Awa about having like a small foundation about mental health, because when I was thinking about it, like I didn't feel like the Gambia took mental health serious, especially mental health for women.
Well,
I just started seeing it on the TV, and I was so happy. Like I was watching it on QTV once, where women were sitting and they were talking about mental health, especially for women, and depression, and it made me so happy. So in school, when Auntie Awa came to our school and everything and spoke to us about FGMC, that is when I realized how many girls had gone through FGM and GBV and didn't even know like it was wrong or what type they went through. So they didn't even know whether they went through the most dangerous or the most simplest. So we had to ask questions, like go through stuff, like have discussions with them and know at what point they're suffering at, and let us
and you participated in that?
Yeah, I did. Because
proud of you for that.
Thank you. First, before I became the head girl, so I think that was one of the reasons why the school chose me to become the head girl.
Okay, high five, girl. I get that.
Yes. Yeah. So I always participated in that, and I love writing. So I'd write, and then I'll go to the assembly and come up with students from the junior school, and then we'll act jam on stuff like that, and then we ask, and then we come up with solutions and find ways to deal with it better than it was before.
And how does that make you feel?
It made me feel happy, especially when the girls came back and told me how grateful they were. It really, really made me
that was
feel
fulfilling, right?
Exactly.
All right. That is why we say on a daily basis, girls themselves are participating directly to ensuring that, you know, narratives change. So imagine if you all are further empowered. What will that become? We'll get to that shortly.
You should.
So what have you been doing in your own space?
Basically, when I was back in Form 5, because I remember the woman boss came to CBEC when I was in Form 4, and I remember our principal coming to the assembly talking about an organization for women coming about to the school, and you know, anyone that wanted to participate had the rights to. For me, because you know I grew up with women, I know I have 5 sisters with my mom, so it's like only women in the house. Whenever I hear women, I'm intrigued to participate. So when I heard about it, I know I was definitely one of the first people to write my name down on the list to participate for the woman boss coming to our school. I remember when they came, I was so excited. I participated so much that I was asked to be an ambassador for the woman boss.
Okay.
And that was like, I got what I wanted from you know, their visit. And after that, I learned so much I didn't know. Like till date, I can't believe that things like FGM and, you know, rape and sexual harassment. I mean, I knew these things happened, but I didn't know like it was severe. And until the woman boss came, there were so many things I didn't know. So I feel like the first thing we have to work towards is definitely awareness and advocacy. We have to advocate. We have to teach these girls. I know
so
that.
what did you give back? you know, as an ambassador?
The more I learned, the more I thought.
Okay.
I remember when I first became an ambassador, they asked me what was my talent, and I told them reading, and they said, okay, what can you get from that? I said, write. I know as a person I like to talk a lot, and I make sure I use that. I write down. I write a lot. I might not vocally say it, but I'll write it on a piece of paper and I will share it. I remember when I first became an ambassador, I had sticky notes. I would write little messages and I would leave them on
Sticky
tables.
notes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't want them to know it was me, but I want them to get my message. That was what I did.
So why? That's the part I'm trying to get to. Why didn't you want them to know that it's you?
I feel like if they knew it was me, I would, you know, I would get so much, you know, like appreciation, and people would like come to me. I didn't want that. I wanted them to like at first learn the message, get what I'm trying to say, and then get to know the person behind it. The person behind it was not really important. The message was important. I needed them to know what I was learning, what our Mary was feeding me. I had to feed them back.
All right, girls, you should be proud of yourselves. This is, you know, just enough justification about what I talked about, how in your own personal spaces, you're using your own energy, you know, with little resources that you have, no resources actually, just knowledge, you know, to ensure that you teach your fellow girls. Actually, I'm so impressed. I'm so impressed, girls.
Thank you.
Like, I'm extremely impressed. And then we talked about the last time the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, and we agreed on how the Sustainable Development Goals, each of them, directly affects the girl child, you know, if it's not attainable. And then we talked about how each of you will come up with one and tell me solutions that you think we should attach through it, you know. So John Saba, will start with you. You know, we have all these sustainable development goals. I can remember I asked you, oh, do you think these are achievable? You're like, oh, if we fight. I'm like, that's not good enough, girl. You know, that's not all we need. You know, we need tangible solutions that we can put in place. And if these things happen, like it or not, it's directly linked to the girl being in a safe space. So which one will you go with?
I would definitely have to say gender equality. Like I said, growing up with just girls, just having sisters. I mean, I had stepbrothers, but I was more enclosed with my sisters. I would see, like, I lived in a compound with all my cousins and aunts and uncles. I could see that, you know, as a girl child, you had to be in the kitchen. You had to sweep after eating. You had to wash the dishes. Why that? You know, why can't the men or the boys also do this? Why has the chores have to be claimed by the girls, and then the boys can go out and play while the girls do chores, wash dishes, you know, do the laundry? I feel like there's where we have to start. We must have equal rights. That's the foundation. We have to start there. What a woman can do, a man can do. What a man can do, a woman can do better in heels and a purse in her hand.
Oh,
you know?
Excuse, did you say in heels?
Yeah.
I'm in heels.
In heels, you know? So
that makes so much sense. In
heels.
In heels.
You know?
And they don't walk in heels. They wear boots, right? And it's so comfortable. You know, and we wear heels and get the work done.
Definitely. And we get it done better. You know, way better than they do. So if, you know, if I can do the chores, he can do the chores. If he can become a doctor,
gender roles.
Yeah, exactly. If he can become an engineer, a doctor, I must be able to do that. You can't tell me because, okay, you're a woman, you're going to get married, you have to have kids, you cannot follow this person. Why not? I want this profession and I'm going to go for it. So I feel like that's definitely the core. There's where we have to start.
All right. How about you, Adam?
Okay, I think I'll talk about quality education.
Okay, quality education. Why is that?
So quality education because until date, there are still a lot of women and girls that have not gone through school or that haven't got the message yet. Because I feel like if they had been educated a lot about women and women's lives and what women go through and what should be done to women and what shouldn't be done to women, and I feel like a lot of these things wouldn't be practiced on them. Because if women like me, girls like me had the opportunity to be able to learn about gender-based violence, FGM, and our mothers and our sisters, like menstrual hygiene. Like, there are a lot of girls that are so ashamed to speak about their body and like the fact that they are going through menstruation. I might be part of the lucky kids that had our moms speak to us about menstruation. But there are a lot of children out there that didn't get the opportunity to be able to be taught about menstruation or FGMC or GBV or stuff that affect women directly or indirectly. So I feel like having quality education, like having infrastructures that are for women, like for women to go to school, whether they are slightly disabled, differently abled, or whether they are well, Like, I feel like women should go to school, even if they will stop at grade 12 and then get married. Like, because you're about to get married doesn't mean you don't need to get educated. Just because I feel like the men, they feel threatened that when we are too educated, like we are
man wahumako de man wahumako ki moko wa so man go de da ngena call fi di dore bu len ma dor parce que man deka bi legi neexatu so dama wahumako yako wahumako wa ñoko wa you take full responsibility ñun ñepay jël responsibility for it. Yeah, so are you talking about maybe single sex toilets, availability of sanitary products, because it's all part of the quality education we're talking about. Yeah.
And also giving us the right knowledge for it. So you just cannot give us pads and ask us to use it. Like, we don't know how to use pads. Like, explain to us what we're supposed to do, how we're supposed to use it, what time we're supposed to remove it, right? Like, when you're going through menstrual cramps, this is what you're supposed to do, this is what you're not supposed to do. Yeah, something like that. Educate us about our lives as women. Like, we deserve it. Yeah. I got to speak to the Minister of Women Affairs, and I told her that we didn't have a curriculum that taught us about women. Yeah, and I felt like in schools, both men and women should learn stuff about women, because at the end of the day, the man ends up marrying a woman and has a daughter, right? Like, you need to be able, as a man, you need to also be able to tell your child this is what you're supposed to do, in case the mom is not there. So I feel like quality education is one of the most important things as women. Like, we deserve it. Yeah. We deserve it and we need it. So something that we like the government and everybody else should put into consideration.
Yeah, I think that's both you know, gender equality. You talked about access to
quality education.
Not even access, we're talking about just the quality part. Access, really, it's changing when it comes to access, you know. Access has improved. We see the likes of MRC Holland, FIOH, or the organizations coming, building schools pro bono. So now we have to focus on the good teachers that we have to put in place. You know, we saw the grade 12 results, you know. I'm not talking about the grade 9, you know, I saw a little bit, not really, you tried. But the grade 12 did not actually look good. So as girls, you know, I'm not talking about the boys here. Excuse me. I'm talking about the girls. How we can ensure that you guys push further. But anyway, it's just a joke. It's just something general. We want everybody to try. But obviously, there's some lack of role models. So the moment then girls try, then there's a role model. That another girl, when another girl is born, the role model is there. And that's the person that this individual is going to like look at. So what do you think, guys? Yena them through education. Yena for them, yena for talk. Man them na for wayagana. Buma pare school at legi. Muna tuma remember. How much tuma curriculum bisa? Nakalamel. So you guys are still there. You can tell me, you know, yen sen bopa yen miko dunda. Feel ngeen ko hit na doo leen curriculum experts wala dara waaye dina am loo xam ne feel ngeen ne as students loolu dañ ko war a adjust one way or the other di ngeen feel loolu noonu so lan nga ma mun a identifier loo xam ne feel nga ne ndax si kër bi la because sometimes you ne xale yi tamit suñ demee kër bi is not looking good te foofu la war a doore loolu lañ dee wax jànga bi kër bi la parents yi la waxuma yaay bi de papa bi ak yaay bi ñu come together ñu dimbale xale bi fofu la wara ñëwé xalé bi transition dem to school bi fofu tamit so fan la yéen fa nek at this point in time yéen ma mëna wax naka la mel
no ko waxé rek it starts at home. I feel like no matter the effort you put at school, it all starts at home. If you, let's say you do study, you know, you take your classes.
Foog ñu laar curriculum bi so paré because bobu tamit yéen ang fa xet na xam ngeen maybe am na ben improvement wala ñaar bi ngeen feel na war na mo mëna am
so like I said, it doesn't matter the amount of effort you put in school. Let's say you go back home and you're not appreciated for those efforts. Let's start there. I have many friends that have gone through that. They come to school, they do their best. Like you can tell this person is doing her best. And then she goes home and then it's not good enough. Imagine you putting your all out there and not being appreciated. How does that feel? You come back to school demotivated and your energy is what you spread. If you're in a negative space, you're going to spread it. So I feel like there's where we have to start, the home. We have to build our homes for these students. When they come back, the little they bring back, because we don't know how they struggle to get it, the little they bring back, let us show appreciation. That might be, you know, what is going to build her up to, you know, become better. And for the curriculum, I should say, our teachers do want the best of us, you know. They do tell us read, study, and all of that. But at the end, it lies within us. It's beneath us. You know, we have to work towards it ourselves. Definitely, we will need more push. You know, I'm not yen unserious. Like people, some girls.
So danga feel ne yen tamet yen.
Yeah, definitely. We have definitely.
Do structure because
definitely we need more push. Yeah, because I'm not yen any, like even in class, teachers even you know, you're not good enough, or they would put others above you. Like generally, most people think or have the mindset that science students are put above arts and commerce students. Lolu school bo
lolu ngay am ba legi man de time school amon na si man waye dama fogon ne lolu jeexna so mu ngi exist ba legi time buñ daan wax ne science students yi ñoy top ñu lañ leen tege
smart ñom ñoo di ri ñoo di def li ñoo di def lolu ñun commerce ak arts we are under them
comme lawyer nuñ bare haja
thank you
te ñu fi am ben lawyer bu tok suma kanam mu ngi wara ñew tuuti si kanam waye lawyer yi sax ñun ñoo mi dañ te lawyer arts lañ jàng waye ñom tam ñu ne dañ ekati seen bopp
gis nga
fo leen ko
gis nga so yeah then they fucking wow because you're in science or like normally if you choose, let's say you choose commerce, instantly you're degraded. You know, they say, okay, you're not smart enough to take science, that's why you went to commerce. It's something I love to do. It's something I want to do. You can't tell me because
study
commerce, you know. So I'm the bena dombu gold buneka sibek right now. Therefore choose commerce and then school be muneko you're too smart for commerce. You have to do science. Imagine, I know I'm smart, thank you very much, but commerce is something I want to do, you know? So I feel like they have to like stop grading students based on what they study and just push all of them as one.
All right. So we'll open the lines now on 5050505 before we go to Adam Asuso. 5050505. Call len ñu ngeen wax ñu International Day of the Girl Child démb la woon gis nañ ne am na luwaa yoo xam ne teg nañ ko waaye ba léegi dafa mel ni luwaa yooyu amut luwaa yu rafet nag yu baax very beautiful laws are in place to protect the plight of the girl child but dafa mel ni existut ñu seet si boor boobu noonu and then you take a look at education wax na fi gender equality so ñu ne gender equality nag waxuñ xeex diggante góor ak jigéen déedéet dañ ne rek ne ñëpp am chance ma make loolu clear balaa ñoo ko dóor ñu ba pare you talked about also access to quality education ñu wax ne tamit jànga si kër bi la war a dooree su fa dooree parents yi def school bi def ñu dem so call leen ñu si 5050505 5050505 mu ngi noonu seen screen yi call leen ñu ngeen wax ñu am seen opinion lan la balaa John Saba ak Adama di dem pour ñu am suñ beneen guest bi so yeah same question.
Okay, so question again?
Dem na fu sori.
Xelam bi dem na fu sori de.
Dem na fu sori.
Education system.
Okay.
So we're talking about ne fi mu nekk nii bii sax da nga war a olofal parce que xam nga suñu yaay comme mu ne na si school bi la war a doore si kër bi. You know ak kids being appreciated waaye man ma bëgg a laajte dara naka nga gisee the issue of xale yi ñu leen di grade according to xam nga some sa waaw am nañ call si line bi balaa ñoo dugg si am laajte boobu noonu salaamaaleykum.
waaleykum salaam.
naka nga tudda ak foo ñoo koole.
maa ngi tudda Fatmata di koole from Basse.
Basse waaye loolu neex naa dégg kon ñun dañoo dem ba Basse kon.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your take on the conversation?
Well, it's something very, very interesting, and when I saw it, I was very happy, and just want to lament on little things about it.
Okay, please do.
Okay, like talking about the FGM issue and child marriage, all those stuff. Like the belief that people have in Basse, like it has a much highest rate. But I like.
Yes.
Okay, like ñi ma tele tala.
ñi ma wàññil ñu télé bi ñun dañ bëgg a dégganteeg moom. Télé tala waaw.
Like, the role they are playing, I can feel like I'm playing the same role. Like being a girl, I've seen so many things happening to girls in our society today because, like what they are saying, like I fully support them because, like we as girls, we are meant to. Like their belief is we are meant to be in the kitchen, but our capabilities is what they are not ready to see. And I think it is time for them to look up to us and know what we are capable of doing, and also try to improve on our weaknesses. Like. There's a part that we also talked about. Is it John Saba, something like that?
John Saba,
like,
yes.
Yeah. Like, going to school, like you wanted to choose a field whereby you want to study as a choice. People try to tell you you're taking this because you want to, because you ain't smart to do science. It is true. I have faced the same thing. I am somebody that wants to do art. I want to go into the art field. But many people look at me and tell me that like you should be in the science field because you're smarter than this. But I tell them that it's what I want to do and it's my choice and something that my dream is. As a professional, I want to do a lot for that matter. So it is something that I always tell them, this is what I want to do. Like, for what I want to tell all the girls out there is believe in yourself for who you are, what you can do. Support yourself in everything. Believe that you can do it. Fight for what you can do because you are brave than whatever you think. Yeah.
What's the name again?
Fatmata.
Fatmata, you know we are so proud of you for what you're doing all the way in Basse.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You are part of the girl champions that, you know, we look up to. I'm actually pretending to be a girl today when I'm not, you know, I'm a grown person, but I'm just pretending to be a girl today. But like, we are extremely proud of you for what you do all the way in Basse. We really appreciate it because as a program as well, we have a policy of ensuring that we reach young people wherever they are, from Katong to Koina. And we are happy that you are calling all the way from there, and keep up the work that you do. And like you said to girls out there, keep your heads up high. And girls in rural Gambia, you know, amu dara lu len feraw xam nga tiyel len lo len def yow ni nga waxe rek man xam na ne yow ko smart nga te di nga nek lawyer bu xajaan na
Amiin.
lawyer bu xajaan nga doon yow
Okay.
All right, thank you so much. Bye. All right, see, so it's exciting to see this, to know that, you know, girls like yourselves and other girls out there are really taking this into their own hands. It's just amazing and it gets to show a lot, you know. But yes, Jangabi.
Okay, so the educational system.
Wow.
Yeah, true. It starts from the home, yeah, and like the motivation, everything.
Why hanga lima don't like this abala kola biduga. Sometimes nagis in a classroom, then they def come hit na ñu am good grade, then they move to class A. You ñobul dem to class B. Yo lan nga foog because sometimes ñu mix more they ensure quality because ñu mënul ñu dañoo dimbale ñu mën. So ma bëgg xam lan moy sa take ci lolu nonu because lolu am na in certain schools.
Okay. Yeah, so that exists like in most schools in the Gambia, and I feel like it's not fair. It's not fair enough because some people are smart, some people are not. Some people, people can be smart, but there are slow learners and fast learners, and they're all smart, yeah? But it takes time for the others to learn, and it takes a little bit time for the others to learn. So you, as a teacher and as a school, you need to put that into consideration.
Put that into consideration. You uyuki, so you tell say what. Assalamu alaikum.
Sister, good evening.
Good evening. What is your name and where you're calling from?
This is Mr. Wan for calling from Tobokoto, a teacher of Charles Memorial Academy. My head girl is the one standing there.
Okay, so your head girl. So you're showing me that I'm standing beside your head girl.
Exactly. I'm so proud of her.
Oh, thank you so much. So they are talking about the education system, you know. They're talking about quality education for the girl child. I'm sure this is something that you can elaborate on.
Yes, I could remember when I came to this country 2012, what I was busy doing that time was doing something on peer health, Nova Scottish.
Yes.
So one of the things we are doing that time is to educate the girls, enlighten them, most especially when it comes to hygiene, and most especially when it comes to them taking care of themselves, even in the absence of their parents.
Right.
So we did that extensively. But one of the problems we are facing, or the challenges the ladies are facing these days, is this issue of degrading that I've been talking about. In fact, that's my most concern.
Okay.
Most especially as a result of the fact that the country we find ourselves is a predominated Muslim country. Most of the time we always feel so inferior to further education because they feel like when a girl goes to school too much, she becomes above any man that will become her husband.
Right.
Exactly.
So that kind of mentality is always making most of them to end their education in grade 12. Even that young lady standing there, that smart young commerce there, she made one statement again.
Oh.
The issue of you pushing a smart lady that wants to, if she wants to be an accountant or she wants to be a banker, you want her to go and study science, where her mind has never been made up to study science.
Right.
And then my lady there standing, my headgear
Your
standing there.
headgear.
Most of the problem we normally encounter, you see somebody that say, I want to be a journalist
Yes.
with grade 9 aggregate. They say, no, don't be a journalist with grade 9 aggregate. Go to science. So most of the things we normally face.
Yes.
And when they go there, you'll find out they will be finding it very difficult to cope because that's not where their minds are.
Right.
Exactly, yeah.
So the only thing I encourage them doing is that even if they further their education to the extent, let them understand that every woman needs a husband, a hardworking man on her side.
Beside,
Because
right?
the way they say
I'm
that
happy you did not say
behind
behind.
every successful
You
man,
said
there's a
beside, we
woman.
work together.
Behind every virtuous woman, there's a husband giving her support.
Exactly. But teacher,
Yes,
before
sir.
you leave, I'm actually mad at you because you said John Saba is smart, Adam Asuso is smart, so the host of the program is not smart. Is that what you're trying to say?
My lady, you look so smart. I'm very fortunate to be online or be one-on-one with you guys because I've been watching so many programs you do.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
You're
I'm glad you
welcome.
decided to take it back. Thank you
You're
so
welcome.
much. We really appreciate that you called, and yeah, it's good to have engagement
I'm so
with you.
proud of those two ladies standing there. They are too intelligent.
Yeah,
Thank you.
including the host.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's good. You know, it's good that teachers are watching.
Yeah.
So ko defé ñom tamit ñu gis ci seen bopp. Waaye dafa mel ni time bi daf ñu xawa jaamu tuuti rek. And I didn't want this conversation to end.
Us neither.
Yeah, because you guys, there's a lot for us to talk about, but
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll catch up in the future.
Yeah, of course.
And just count it as, don't say, oh, it's my first time, it's my last. No, we have a policy where we actually follow up on what our guests get to do. So I'll be spying on you guys on Twitter, on Facebook, and everywhere just to see what you guys are up to. And the moment I see something brilliant, something innovative, I'll just grab you guys and bring you back here. So just final words quickly before we go.
I just want to say thank you. Honestly, I am so honored. I can't believe I'm on this platform right now. I'm so honored. And I want to say thank you to the Woman Boss and our Mary in specific for giving us this platform and this opportunity. We wouldn't have made it here without her. So thank you very much once again.
All right. Thank you so much.
So thank you to everyone watching. Thank you to Auntie Awa. Thank you everybody for your support and everything else. And to all the women and girls out there, I am proud of you and keep doing what you do. I love you all. Thank you.
All right, to all the girls out there, we love you all. You guys are bosses.
Yes.
It's the woman. You guys are bosses.
Yes.
In your own little corner. Just as I'm a boss here.
Of
She's
course.
a boss in Quebec. A boss from Charlestown.
Yeah.
We're bosses. So we lead, we make our own choices, decisions and everything. And then we get to just have our parents guide us. Because no matter what, our parents are very, very important. As young girls, it's important that we listen to them. They, ñoom ñoo ñu fi jiitu. Am na yoo xam ne xam nañ ko. Waaye the only time boo xam ne dañoo wax déedéet mooy suñu bëggee dugal si harmful traditional practices or loo xam ne is against ñun suñ right. So girls, so that is all we have time for. I'm crying right now. I don't want you guys to leave. But be rest assured, we'll catch up on another time. So guys, we will go for a short break, and when we come back, we'll be joined by lawyer Fatou Jao, who will actually be talking to us about the Day of the Girl in relation to what the law says about protecting the girl child, benefit services, and the list goes on. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
As the fastest growing GSM company in the Gambia, QCell has the widest 4G plus coverage in the country, 3 times faster internet speed than our competitors. So switch now and dial *335# and enjoy what true 4G feels like. QCell, the Gambia's trusted network. Espas Motors is the largest and most modern auto service in the Gambia. Espas Motors is the only authorized dealer in Chevy, Mercedes-Benz trucks, Mercedes-Benz buses, Kia, Ford, Futon Mini and Midi buses, Futon trucks. At Espas Motors, we have qualified professionals who use modern technology to diagnose and repair all brands of motor vehicles. Espas Motor services include auto sales, auto repairs, vehicle painting, availability of high-quality spare parts, towing services. We are reachable at any time. Call Espas Motors on 352222 353-4444 or locate us on the Bertel Harding Highway. Espas Motors. want it, order for it, and pay quickly using Quick Pay on the Q Money platform. With great technology comes ease and convenience. Get a glimpse of what a comfortable life is with Q Money by dialing *323# now. Call 133 for more information. Q Money, Sunyu Kalbe.
All right, welcome back from that short break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV Youth Dialogue, and I'm your host, Jennifer Sonko. Thank you so much to Adam Asuso as well as John Saba. We are so proud of you guys for the amazing work that you do. So I'm joined here by a very famous lawyer and a very familiar face, you know.
Today.
And in fact,
Today.
she's been on QTV throughout today, since morning. She's been on QTV on the, this morning, on the news as well as on here now. So actually, just quickly, we will be discussing the issue of the law. Where does the problem lie? We see that there are beautiful laws. Gambia am na law yu rafet. Yoo xamne defar nako pour protect xale bu jigéen bi. Waaye dañ gis ne because dama bëgg nga olofal parce que xam nga lii loo xam ne la suñ yaay yi dañ si am waala, suñ papa yi am si waala, maam yi am si waala, ñëpp am si waala. So fan la problème bi nekk?
Yeah, okay. Jenaba, jërëjëf, te bare maa ngi nuyu jigéen yëpp, especially xale yu jigéen yi. Comme noo ko waxee rek ñun léegi nekkatuñ xale yu jigéen. Waaye tey moom dañoo xale la. Yow bu dee man tey xale la. Waaw, man tam xale la tey. So actually comme noo ko waxee rek Gambia am nañ luwa si fànn yu bëri. Because amuñ luwa boo xam ne dafa wax ne bii pour xale yu jigéen yi rek la. Waaye am nañ luwa boo xam ne lu mel ni Children's Act bi boo xam ne jigéen yi ak góor yëpp waaye na nga nekk xale rek luwa boobu noonu bokk nga si. Ba pare am nañ Women's Act bi te xam nañ ne tam xale bu jigéen moo dee maaga. Te women it's like loo xam ne general la. So loolu laal na si xale yi jigéen yi tamit. Waaye da nga gis ne luwa yooyu noonu soo ko waree jànga nga xool ko dangaa wax ne doom bu jigéen du soona si dëkk bi du musa soonaat si dëkk bi because luwaa yi nuñ ko bindee suñ waree doxal luwaa bi noonu rek then duñ fi toog di waxaat problems yu nekk di am si jigéen yi understand so benn problème moo nekk am nañ luwaa waaye doxal luwaa mooy suñ problème lu ñoo ooyee enforcement si angale so da nga gis ne ñun fii dinañ am luwaa yu nice and then yoo xam ne dañ ko war a doxal waaye da nga gis ne ñoo xam ne ñoo war a doxal luwaa bi duñ dee doxal luwaa bi nun ko war a doxalee comme ñun tamit ñoo xam ne luwaa boobu noonu ñun la fa nekkal ñun tam duñ dee njëriñoo luwaa bi because duñ toog ñu xam ne luwaa bi lii la ñu war.
So danga ma bëgg a wax ne ñaaka xam la wala.
ñaaka xam bokk na si. because luwaa bi mu ngi bindu mu ngi teg. ñeneen dañ foog ne looya yi rek a war a xam luwaa. du loolu looya yi dañ ko jànga seen métier la loo xam ne daf la jaaxal ñun yëpp mënuñoo xëj dem si lii code bi wala mënuñ koo jànga waaye loo xam ne daal amal na la solo léegi baax na tamit nga try nga lacca tamit nga xam ak tamit xam nga loo tam ñu am NCCE tamit dëkk bi tamit lay nguur bi am nañ warugal boo xam ne dañu war di ñëw di explainal nit yi luwaay lan la wax luwaay lan la wax si xale yi lan mooy seen yéelef understand nga xale bu jigéen ñu waxtaanee ko waaye fii duñ dee nangoo waxtaanee luwaa ñoom daal fu mu jaar ñuy toog ñu xalaat ñun suñ maami nii lañ ko daan defee ñun suñ maami nii xam nga suñ amee xalaat boobu rek lu bëri du dem si kanam te da ngaa gis ne léegi suñ maami nun doon dundee ak nun doon liyee doxalee jamono dafa wecceeku soo foog ñu nangu loolu ñu gis wecci yooyu tamit ñu ngi ko yóbbuwaale si loo xamante ne loolu ak luwaa bi moo ànda so loolu nekk na problème and then beneen problème moo nekk ñun suñ society bi gis nga society bi soo nekkee jigéen rek comme noo leen ko doon waxtaanee fii dañoo foog ne yow si gannaaw nga war a nekk because yow jigéen nga waruñ laa waxtaanal yeenay jigéen nga yow da nga war a toppa ndigal rek si góor yi dégg la góor yi suñ kilifa lañ waaye tamit dafa baax nga déglu jigéen bi tamit léegi lum laa wax comme nit mu nekk xale bu jigéen loolu taxul ne yooni rek la moo nekkee si kër bi luwaa bi may na ko lu bëri am na yeena yooni yoo xam ne sax waruloo koo teg xale waaye loolu yëpp ñu ngi gis xale bu jigéen waaw comme ñii luñ doon wax tamit luwaa bi may na leen pour parents yi dañ am responsibility si seen doom yi dangaa gis xale bu jigéen bu toog amut 18 years sax yaayam ak papaam ñu ngi toog ñu ngi seetaan film boo xam ne yow gis nga ñu ngi binda foofu noonu ne soo amutee 18 years waruloo koo seetaan waaye dañ koo seetaan duñu wax dara soo xam nga loolu tamit nekkan loo xam ne yaa ngi yaaxal waa because yaa ngi war a protect xale bi
xam nga government tam dañ am fu ñu war a taxawee dafa am board bu ñu war a taxawee because man yàgg naa toppa ministry of gender bu ees biñ génnee nii alhamdulilahi rabbil alamin ministry bi ñëw na tegu na progress la gis nañ ko appreciate nañ ko baax na waaye li ma wax mooy proper structures you need in place for example social protection systems yi nga xam ne xëj na xale su gooyee through dara in return there's am na fu mu mun a dem for a safe space xam nga yooyu noonu yëpp put nañ ko in place ba pare loi bi tamit xëj na ñoom ñu gën koo dëggal
waaw dëgg la comme li nga wax moom dëgg la because da ngaa gis ne fii am na cells yoo xam ne si police station si xale suñ nga jàppee dañ laa tëj foo xam ne mag yi foofu lañ nekk loolu warta am loi bi dafa wax ne loolu warta am xale boo xam ne may no la waruloo koo tëj si mag yi fuñ nekk waaye da ngaa gis ne soo waxee nañ la amuñ capacity because da ngaa gis ne police station bi police yi doo la mën a blame entirely government bi moo responsible because yow xam nga ne ya nga andi loi boo xam ne dafa wax ne xale suñ ko waree tëj dafa war a nekkal boppam ñu protect ko léegi yow nguur boobu noonu nga am loi yu mel noonu te xam nga ne am nañ child offenders
waaye xëj na loolu nañ ne allegedly because xëj na amuñ evidence
am nañ child offenders waaye liñ laa wax mooy xale bi suñ ko suspecté ne dafa commit crime or something waruñ ko tëj the same cell with mag understand nga dañ ko war a protect because at the end of the day sax dafa wrong pour nga gis xale mu ngi si biir cell because fu mag yi nekk léegi dangaa ñëw nga romba yaa ngi gis ñuñ def si biir cell bi soo xale boobu noonu ëllëg su génnee daf trauma boobu dafaa nekk loolu moo tax suñ demee court sax duñ dee bugg a xale yi seen tur yi mu nekk fa dañ doo rifa as a minor because soo yëpp protection la loi bi moo ko joxe so the same thing moo apply to tamit structures yi nga nekk di wax comme xale su nekkee mu ngi go through a lot government bi wafa war a make sure ne mu am those initiative yoo xam ne maybe dinañ oo xale bi ñu console ko ñu gis ne xale bi mu ngi am a safe space ba pare gis nañ tamit si yoon bi da ngaa gis xale yi ñu ngi jaay si moto yi diggante moto yi xale yi jigéen yi ba guddi ay timis man every time dama dee su ma dee ply li yoon bi maa ngi dem I feel so sad because xale boobu noonu most of them victims of rape lañ understand dañoo ñëw ñu nekk foofu de jaay nga am benn góor bu bon with respect to góor yu baax because am na ñoo xam ne
am na góor waa macha Allah
so dañoo wax xale bi ne kaay ma jënda toppa ma damaa ut wéccet wala damaa lii xale bi moom lu moo def jaay la moom xelam du si dem mu toppa xale bu góor bi mu yóbbu ko foo xam ne dina ko tiital ne soo waxee dinaa la rey because xam naa la fii nga nekk soo xale bi di mun a wax understand bi xam na ëllëg dafaa ñëw jaayaat te kooku mun na koo def dara soo loolu sax su demee bem am yooyu dafa bon
kon dafa mel ni kër bi tamit
ñu ngi expose xale bi to danger
te
on a Children's Act ñu ngi wax ne xale bi we should protect the children from harmful practices at exposure child exploitation yëpp léebo boo xam ne waruta am ba guddi sax waruta am sooy def yeenay loolu yëpp mu ngi fa waaye what is social welfare doing to make sure those parents are held responsible lu ñoo def wala ñu wax le xam nga nit yaa jur sa doom yaa ngi ñaaka ku dem daf laa dimbale waaye dafa am fu mu em because at the end of the day xale boobu indilu la loo xam ne jar na pour mu lose li yam ndaw o góor mu tëddoo understand wala mu lose life am or mu lose life in a sense that
mental health related matters
because nga expose ko si yéenay baaxut so loolu tamit nekk na loo xam ne government bi war nañ koo gëstu ba pare secondly dangaa gis xale yoo xam ne loolu xam naa ne mu ngi bari si xale yu góor yi de waaye am na xale yoo xam ne dañuy yóbbu daara xale yu jigéen nag waaye dañ leen expose si yoo xamante ne loolu kenn bëggut ko understand nga so lu tax loolu yëpp ñu ngi koo gis nekkuñ di si def dara and the other thing is loi dafa wax ne basic education is free and compulsory.
True.
So why are we having girl children that are not going to school? What is the responsibility of government? Pour ñu ensure that dañoo map out all these places.
Access moom wàññeeku na waaye quality
exactly
yooyu.
Access to doesn't mean just because school bi mu fa mu
Why
are they going to school?
Ndax ñu ngeen dem
it's basic and compulsory. So meaning it's the responsibility of government to enforce that law to make sure ne xale jigéen bu nekk wala xale bu nekk dafa war a dem
so your final words fi mu nekk nii ñu bàyyi la nga dem yow tey QTV tey ñun dañ la jël kidnap la so final words before you go jox ñu perspective yi lawyer si maanaam issue yi nii naka lañ ko war a approacher
So the issue is like 2 or 3 ways. So the government has a responsibility to enforce law. Parents it am and responsibility, and the other one is the society, because hale is society like they jogging. So let us also folk new collaborate, like new bolo, new dimbale hale come at least ñu gis ne loi ñu doxal ko da nga ñun mom ñu doxal loi.
Why Faja Film Nekani Youth Dialogue has been happening about for the past 4 to 5 years, and now we have a new segment, you know, for the past 4 to 5 coming to the 5 years now, we have a new segment, you know, an idea that was constructed in a bedroom is now actually expanding. So we have a new segment, and we will take a look at that, and when we come back the conversation continues. Do stay tuned.
Thank you.
Hello everyone, welcome to another segment of What's Happening with me, Lena E. Gwenyiba. You want to know what's happening? Well, it's the International Day of the Girl Child, and this year's theme is Our Time is Now, Our Rights, Our Future. This day celebrates girls all over the world, aiming to address and highlight the challenges and needs of girls, but most importantly, assuring girls that they can be anything and everything they want to be. I have Fatima Sane with me here today, a feminist. How are you, Fatima?
I am doing very well, thank you.
So it's International Day of the Girl today.
Right.
So what does the rights of girl mean to you?
The rights of the girl child means when the girl child has the ability or the freedom to choose the things she wants to do with of course right comes with responsibilities. So yes, the freedom to make choices when it comes to their bodily autonomy, the freedom to, you know, go to school, the right to go to school, the right to education, the right to sexual and reproductive health, a future where girls will have access to sexual and reproductive health rights and contraceptives, of course, a future where they can achieve their full potentials without discrimination or stigma, a future where there is equality. Yeah.
So what advice will you give your younger self?
Always protect your mental health and go at your own space. Things will fall into the right directions, of course.
You had it from afar. Your mental health is key. I have another feminist here. Welcome, Maria Madiba.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
How are you?
I'm good.
So I will ask, what's it like to be a woman or girl today?
I think for me, being a woman means living in fear, right? We've seen recent cases of the things that women are going through in our society. Being in fear of being raped, molested, abused, just because you're vulnerable as a woman. So for me, being a Gambian woman or a Gambian girl child basically means fear in the entire sense of the word.
Then I will ask again, has there been any transformation, especially in the Gambia?
So for me, I'm not really sure I have seen transformation, because I feel like it's very easy to get lost in the bubble of feminism, where you feel when you're with your in feminist spaces, you feel as though there's like, you know, there's been a lot of change. But then you have conversations with people that are outside of the feminist space and you realize that you're in a complete bubble and that it's just you, because sometimes you feel as though there's a friction against you, because these are social practices, and basically they are so deeply engraved in our culture that you don't realize how much change it's going to require for there to actually be change. So when you ask me if there's transformative change, I wouldn't say, I do not see the change. I feel like maybe there's change or growth in terms of our activism or the work that we do, but I don't feel like we are there, especially where I would want for women and girls to be in the Gambia. For me, I would definitely say no.
I have Fatima Gomez with me, a feminist in the making. Hi, Fatima, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
What does the rights of girls mean to you?
Girls' rights is just a way of survival. Like we have human rights, like we have women rights. It's just like a lower form of women's rights, and you know all of the other differently able disability rights. So I just think girls' rights is the way of survival.
So being young, what future do you envision for yourself and that of other girls?
I would say a future that's free of any type of stereotypes, especially targeted towards girls. Specifically, to be more specific, a future that's free from harmful traditional practices, to be specific in the Gambia, like FGM, child marriage. A future that's equal, you know, and a future that's free from discrimination and any form of violence.
What rights today, like more than ever, do you want to uphold the most?
the one I think we should uphold the most, which all the other rights revolve around, should be the right of protection. Because I feel if girls are not protected from any form of violence, they wouldn't be able to enjoy the other rights, like right to education, a right to, you know, a right to survival. If they're not protected, they will not enjoy the others. So I feel the most important is the right to be protected.
What does it feel like being a girl today?
It's hard, I would say, but it's also for me, especially for me who identifies herself as a feminist. I think being a girl today means fighting. Being a girl today means actually being radical enough to just break the stereotypes and make sure that you have an equal life like your other counterparts, like men.
So then, do you feel like there's transformation in the lives of girls, or we're still under pressure?
I wouldn't lie. I think there's a little progress, but there's still more work to be done. So there's little progress with regards to, at least today, girls can freely go to school, can be educated. Girls can, I feel there's progress in with regards to the rights, the law providing us the opportunity to be able to fight to that, to uphold to that, and have that as backup. So I think with that aspect, we have something that we can fall back on because the law is protecting us. So in that progress, there's still work, but there's still more work needed to be done with regards to the social norms and cultural norms. We still have a long way to go, but there's little progress.
Our time is now, our rights, our future. Happy International Day
of the Girl.
All right, welcome back, viewers, from that break. Like I said, we're expanding, you guys, you know, from what happens here to, you know, what happens outside with this particular new segment, which is called What's Happening with Lena. And we're actually joined by the person who does the segment herself. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Jennifer. It's a pleasure.
All right, great.
So, shall I go about the segment? So about it's all about, yesterday was on the 11th of October, the International Day of the Girl. We celebrate girls each and every day, but this is a particular day we just celebrate them and just reassure and reaffirm that they are girls, and that doesn't mean they can't be what they want to be, but to just amplify that they can be anything and everything they want to be. It has, especially with the team, our time is now, our rights, our future. It has always been our time, but now more than ever we're demanding it, which is like the
which
best
is beautiful,
part of,
right? So what further thing can you tell us about the theme then?
Well, the team is just talking about girls' rights, owning up, especially yesterday I advocated for comprehensive sex ed, girls having the right to bodily autonomy, really actually choosing what happens to their bodies, how it happens to them, and when it happens to them. This is one thing that we don't have, maybe in school, maybe now they have POP FLL that they have, but it's not comprehensive. And then they have to go to the internet to get this. I believe it should start at home with their mothers, create a relationship with mothers and daughters. You talk to your child about these things, it's really important. So you see, they don't just go to the internet to get it there. They just get whatever is presented to them. But with you talking to your children, they have first-hand information. They understand what you're saying. So now, and then the people I talk to, they say there is changes.
Oh, nice.
There is a little.
Oh, yeah.
But
Seems
there's
like
still
it.
more, And they all agree that there is little changes, but there is
very
more work
little.
needed to be
Exactly. There's a lot of
and
room.
you agree.
Yeah, there's a lot of room. So what should we expect from next week? Because we have 2 minutes to go. What should we look forward to?
Well, it's all about, we just bring thrilling and exciting talks on this segment. So that will be a surprise. You'll get it next week.
Okay.
It will be thrilling as this one. I know everybody enjoyed it, including yourself. I did as well.
Great.
So next week will be another one. Great. Just like they wanted.
I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, it's, you know, as a program, an idea that actually originated from a bedroom, and now, you know, it's able to accommodate someone else to be able to join in and bring in ideas. Isn't that brilliant, you guys? So looking forward to next week's segment. I'm excited about it. And hey, I saw Fatima. Fatima's growing, actually. I saw her in that video, and she's our
amazing.
time, our right. Yeah, she's amazing, doing extremely well. So viewers, just to remind you, this program does not have sponsors, okay? And to keep it going, we need money. You know, this has been happening for the past 4 years, and we only have Action 8 that is actually helping, that is the only institution bringing in money. So we need more money to be able to do more. So with more, we'll be able to expand and even do way greater things with the availability of resources. So you know what I mean. So till we come your way next week with another exciting program with young people doing extremely well across the country. Bye for now.